Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Is Going to Temple Necessary? Personally, I would say no, regardless of the religion that you believe in, just merely because there's, in again my opinion, that there is no special place on earth which you have the strongest communication or connection with the deity or whatever religion or spirituality you follow. Um, I mean, if you say you're a Western religion, you have direct communication with your God. I mean, you don't need a priest to do it. You don't need a church or a special place to go. It's if you truly believe your God to be all powerful, all aware, omnipotent, omnipresent, whatever. I forget what the other ones are. The other one is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. That's the third one. Then he's literally, you talk to the cup or you talk to the wall, he's right there. So you don't need God, a church or a priest to talk to your God. If you're Advaita Vedanta, well, everything is Brahman, including yourself. So talk to yourself. It's a bit weird if you answer yourself, but talk to yourself. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I mean, if everything is Brahman, then you don't. Again, my personal opinion, you don't really need a church or temple to. But I guess, again, symbolism, I completely understand. If it helps you focus, then I completely understand. It's kind of like, in my opinion, um, going to school, physically going to school, and going online classes. I am so lazy in online classes. I hate it because I would not do it. I'd rather much go to school. That way I can focus. And then when I'm done with school, come back home. So is it necessary? No, but it can help some people. Let's go and get started. I talked a lot already.
When you are, for example, suppose your mentality is such that you like to relate to idea of religious spirit through a monotheist God, going to a temple, worshipping, offering prayers for your advancement in your education, it is understandable. If that holds your hand and that particular way allows you to kind of relate to your religion, your human condition, if it relates to you, then hang on to it. I would not say, they abandon it. But again, you see, then they will have problem because when they are praying, worshipping, and finally the results don't come in their favor, then they feel hopeless and they want to then try and do some weird stuff. So the very thing that was holding them up can also become a place for frustration. And this is how perhaps it ends their lives. This is terrible. So whenever you got a tool, the tool that was holding your hand, if it's not properly understood and used, can become counterproductive. And I know I would be not be surprised to find that many thousands perhaps who had tremendous faith in God and things gang up against them and they're broken down, they will take their lives because that particular faith has not given them the results they were looking for. But this is the price you pay when you kind of hang on to a faith system rather than on your own rationality to sort yourself out.
Quite true there, but at the same time, going to these church or temples, it's more than just going to worship. Also, it's a communal area where people talk to each other, hopefully, and get to know each other, get personal with each other, to be a small community of like-minded people. And whenever they see someone when you see someone acting a little bit weird, you're concerned, you're genuine about your concern with the person, you go talk to them. It's like, hey, you're doing all right, and if they kind of like push you away, you generally would take it up to your pastor or whoever's the lead of that religion, and you talk to them. It's like, hey, I think this person's having issues, it doesn't seem to want to talk to me, but since you're our leader of our church or religion, could you go talk to the person, showing a concern, and maybe that person will open up to, say, someone of a pastor versus someone who may be going to the same church as you, but as a stranger to you. So that is something also I can appreciate. People generally go to church together, or small church, mind you, they get to know each other a lot more.
I prefer Swami Vivekananda's teaching, which says, look, chaps, for how many lifetimes are you going to bow down and break your backbone, bowing down to this deity and that deity? Why don't you stand on your own feet and sort yourself out? Because you are the master of your destiny. Believe in that. and also believe that the power that in a way enlightens you, that lights you up, is infinite. If you like, have faith in yourself, not in a God in the heaven. This is the, if you like, the transition of Hinduism. The idea of faith in heaven, perhaps it's time to think about faith in yourself. This is a beautiful thing Swami Vivekananda said. He said, in the ancient times you'll be called an atheist if you did not believe in a God in heaven. In this day and age, look, he said this 100 years ago, in this day and age you'll be called an atheist if you don't believe in yourself. See the transition taking place? Modern, evolved phase of Hinduism and why it relates. So if these youngsters, rather than having a faith in God and then getting broken down, if they had faith in themselves, they say, I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that. So they gear themselves up. They don't get broken up because they say, I tried this, it went fail, I'll try something else now.
Boom, that's a good thing. Again, understanding and taking responsibility. They're so hard to separate, and the two things that I keep going back to and over and over and over again, the two most powerful weapons that we have, in a sense, maybe, you know, so far everything that I've talked about has been relating to those two. So they took responsibility to their failure. They understood what failed, hopefully, and then they're going to take responsibility by trying a different approach or continuing on, or maybe saying, you know what, I give up. Again, give up is to say that I choose to no longer want to do this, as opposed to giving up as in, oh, it's hopeless kind of deal, you know, like, it's hopeless, I give up, I don't want to do this anymore. Instead it's like, well, yeah, it's not going to work, I'm going to go do something else. Those are two different things in my opinion. Yes, you've given up, but once you've taken responsibility and choose to do something else, that you understand that you cannot overcome this right now, or maybe you don't have the tools for this right now, so you choose to do something else different. Whereas one person just gives up on it and doesn't understand that there may be another way of doing it, so they just give up and saying it's hopeless, there's no chance at all of doing this. Whereas the other person saying, don't have the tools right now, I don't have the means to overcome this problem. I know what the solution is, I just don't have the means to obtain it, so I'm going to go do something else and put that to the side. Understanding, understanding and responsibility. Well, responsibility, small part there, understanding, great part.
I have faith in myself. I'll stand on my own feet and sort out my own future, however hard it is. This will give them, if you like, more solid ground to tackle the issues of modern society.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism.
Hindu-academy.com. Dude is I'm glad I don't see him taking on and off his glasses so much. Honestly, I swear, every time he does it, I'm so worried about it. I'm just like, please don't poke yourself in the eye. But yes, amazingly, talked about responsibility and understanding in this. Understanding mostly, you know, understand that, strangely enough, from going is temple necessary. But anyways, going to the temple, is it necessary? Like I said, yeah, it's not necessary. But it's nice because you have this communal, you get to know people there, you get to know your neighbors a little bit more. You didn't realize, like, oh, they go to the same church, they have the same belief as me. You get to know them, have friends, make friends, and have a little community where you can open up a bit more. Don't get me wrong, there can be some trash people that go to church too, where they just go in there and they think for themselves, like, oh, I'm the pure one, everyone else is sinners, and I'm the only one chosen here. They're just trying to make it up or whatever. There are people out there like that, so be careful. Well, anyways, that's my reaction to, is going to temple necessary? I say no. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.